Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chelsea Rundown. This is episode 36 for the Dolphins' thirds, round 7. We were playing against Pakenham Black Saturday, 15th of June. As always, I'm joined by Ace. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, 2 for 2 since coming back. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, we played a pretty dominant game up on the weekend. It was a little bit weird out in that back pitch, pitching off the flat again, but it didn't seem to bother us one iota. Everyone came out and everyone was in absolute fine form on the weekend. So hopefully we can roll it over to this weekend's game, where we'll be taking on the current top-tiered team.
Looking forward to that matchup. But Ace, for the Pakenham Black game, please take me through the lineup.
Yeah, just a couple of little minor tweaks. Just I think Liesl got a bit of a promotion up to number 2, but just Daz, Liesl, Jess, myself, yourself, you and me becoming the new Bash brothers. Mace taking a bit of a step back. Drew was toying with a top-tier 2-headed dragon lineup, so it was interesting and it worked quite well on the weekend. So we'll be interested to see if we go back to that one. Sweetie, Jacob, Travie Moore, Willie Smith, Big Willie. There was a few Willie jokes on the weekend, and probably can expect a few more if he sticks around with us. Darcy, and big shout out to welcome back Drewy Skipper, who played an absolute cracker of a game in the batter's box. So didn't look like he'd missed a beat.
No, he hadn't. And that was a friendly reminder for everyone watching. Drew knows how to hit, doesn't matter how long he takes off. It was fantastic. Ace, please tell me first off, though, how he did in the field.
Big Willie got up there and probably didn't let too much get past him. One of the big key notes that Jess and I were talking about during the game was the slowness of the infield. So we really there wasn't too much going on. I think in the first dig they cracked a few over my head and just out to you, and they just sort of turned around for singles, and I think Pakenham were able to score 3 runs. But we made some adjustments and forced them to either hit big or try to get through our infield, and they just didn't have the ability. Once the ball hit the pitch, though, it slowed down dramatically, and I can attest to one, which was probably the hardest hit ball of the day, that smacked into my shin. Probably should have got my glove in the way, but you chose not to. Thought I'd get my shin involved, but yeah.
Hey, mate, you kept it in front. You did the right thing. Well played.
Yeah, I'm not making more errors like the previous week, but yeah, look, we made some adjustments in the field, and they didn't really have a chance after that. Big shout out to young Jacob, who rolled his first double play. Loved popping a cherry on the weekend. But look, everyone just did their job, and yeah, another shout out to Willie. I thought he pitched really well. That was his first game pitching for us. I think that's why he's down here, just to sort of develop his pitching. And by the way I saw him pitching, he probably won't be down here with us for much longer. And obviously with Drury coming back as well, like, we're looking pretty solid at the moment. The team's looking good, and yeah, we're fielding well, we're hitting well, and we're winning games, which is the key component.
We are indeed, mate. The pod is swimming very well together. How did we go in that batter's box?
Yeah, look, it was a big day, when you're getting 19 hits on the day. So that was a terrific effort by absolutely everyone. Big shout out to yourself, knocking a double. Drewy knocked 2 doubles. Mind you, one might have deflected off the glove. But anyway, when Mama Kate's doing the scoreboards, she's probably going to look a little bit more favourably. And Daz knocking a double as well. But yeah, look, it was a pretty big day all around. I mean, Liesl finished off batted 1,000 for the day, had 3 hits, just 2 hits, myself 2 hits, Teabaggy got 2, and Willie Smith had 3, and Drewy Tompkins had 2, and then pretty well singles all the way down the lines. There was a few walks going on, left, right, and centre. I think we got 5 walks on the day, a heap of stolen bases. But I mean, when we're sort of blowing out to these early leads, it sort of restricts our ability to steal bases. So I think there's a chance that if we had a team that was sort of sticking with us, we might have 100 stolen bases in a game. But we play the gentleman's game, and that's how it's supposed to be played. So once the 10-run rule goes up, look, I think the innings in total, I think we scored like 5 runs, then 7 runs, and then we had 2 blank innings, and then I think we came back out and scored another 7. So excuse my maths, because that doesn't add up to what our final score was. But you know what? I never passed maths. So yeah, look, it was a great effort by everyone in the batter's box. Very poised, and like I said, on an infield that was quite slow. Everyone sort of found the ability to hit over it.
It was a fantastic day for us all round. And Ace, can I just call upon you quickly to pull up the ladder, mate? How are we sitting on the ladder currently? I think maybe we're doing all right.
Yeah, look, we're actually currently sitting on top of that ladder. And our runs for and our runs against has been a comical discussion in the chat group, because I think we're 120-something runs scored versus 38 runs against. So it's looking pretty dominant at the moment. But like I said, I think this weekend the two Bomb Beach teams are going to be our biggest challenges. So hopefully Bomb Beach rock up this weekend, who I think are the offset of Bonio. And hopefully we can get the chocolates on them, because if I think we can get the chocolates on them, that's going to let us ride the rest of the season out with a lot of confidence, and we'd be loving to bring a banner at home. I think that's been our goal since we started playing together, getting the flag together.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So anyway, things are looking good at the moment, and I've been told, little birdie, that Brooksy might be making his favourable return this weekend, which just adds a little bit of more firepower to the pod. So
heck yes, he does.
It should be very interesting. He has said that he won't be running at full speed, but I don't think he ever did.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to taking the field again with Brooksy. It'll be fantastic. One final question before we move on, Ace. Can you just quickly tell me who's leading our RBI total in Stats Land?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit arguable, you know. So some of us have missed more games than others, but look, Mason's sitting up on top of that ladder. I think he's batting at 22 at the moment, and then there's a few people sort of sitting up there with nines, and I think I'm sitting there in third, but 2 games behind. So I probably should be in about 15 mark, but Mason's having a hell of a year. But look, you don't get RBIs. You don't get RBIs unless your lead-off batters are sort of putting themselves in positions to score runs, and that's exactly what's happening, because Dad's Jess up the top there are getting on base a lot, and it's just giving the ability of sort of us middle order batters to sort of get you guys around and get some RBIs for ourselves and score more runs and put ourselves in a better position to win. So big shout out to Mace. He's been an absolute massive contributor to the team.
Top effort, Mason. Couldn't be more impressed with what you bring to the team, mate. Keep showing up, keep bringing that heat. I absolutely love it. Ace, tell me, what was the final score for the game, please?
19-3 on this one. Pretty handily handled game. So look, Pakenham, we weren't too sure what this Pakenham team was going to be. They were supposed to be the better of the 2 teams, but we were able to sort of comfortably handle them. But look, shout out to these guys. These guys are a really good bunch of blokes, and big tip of the hat. We got a big compliment from their starting pitcher at the end of the day, who said that he thought we were the best hitting team that he'd seen in this division. So big thank you to, I didn't quite catch his name, but big thank you to him. And I know Jess would have swooped in with a microphone. She wanted to get that on tape. So it would have been nice to have that little ego booster.
It was a great day, a great game, and they were a great opponent. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But Ace, that brings us through to the Golden Slipper, mate. Can you please tell me who was nominee 1 this week?
So nomination number 1, this probably doesn't come as any big surprise, but our young fella out there popping his cherry, rolling his first double play, Mr. Young Jacob. And you could did you even see a smile on his face? I might have heard.
I may have seen 2 smiles on his face following that play. It was just a thing of absolute beauty. Saw the smile on his dial when he pulled off the double play, and then the smile in between innings when I complimented him on it. He was smiling.
I might have given him a bit of a lift up on the old shoulders, young bloke. Yep, it was a pretty not a stock standard one. He took a fly ball catch, and that was when the reliability of sort of Jess and myself, who were able to direct him to make him the throw over to second, because the base runner there didn't tag up, so we were able to get the great effort by him, because I love getting around the young blokes, and so it's a very important one.
Week after week, mate, they are giving us nothing but confidence in their upward potential. It's fantastic playing with Jacob and Darcy. Top effort, fellas. Keep it rolling. Speaking of rolling, Ace, nominee 2, please.
Young Liesel, 1 week removed from nearly hitting a home run. She was in an absolute fine batting performance on the weekend. Absolute fine. She was swinging the bat with furious power, and she connected on this massive hit out to about centre right field. And this thing went a long way. It went a long way. And she was turning. She looked at first. She looked up. She saw the centre fielder. She goes, yeah, I've got that centre fielder covered. And she turned to second. This is going to lead into my 3rd nomination, Teabagger. The biggest betrayal of the year. Willie decided to go out there and help out in right field. And nomination number 3 goes to Willie, who called off the Pakenham centre fielder and said, nah, mate, I got this. One of the best arms in the business. Fields this ball. And I tell you, threw an absolute rocket over the second to get the tag out with Liesel running in. Absolute schmozzle. I cannot believe that sort of happening down in the Dolphin pod. And I went over to him. I was furious, Teabagger. I was furious. How one of the pod could stray so far. Surely you leave it to the centre fielder who hasn't made a play all day and let Liesel roll the double. Would have been a great nomination. But Will, it was an absolute crack and throw from centre field, and great effort out there. And I suppose you're still one of the pod, I guess. Just a little bit on the outside. You're over there, we're over here, and you're over there, throwing these bullets, getting us out. But no, great effort by Lisa and Will, and anyway, I can't say much more.
Gotta say, that's one of the funniest plays I've seen in my entire baseball career. It was so unexpected and hilarious, but also a little sad.
yeah. Look, it was an absolute cracker hit by Lisa. I think we all sort of saw that centre fielder and egged her to turn second. And by all accounts, what we'd seen all day, she would have easily, comfortably made it. And it just so happened that it was Will who was out in right field who decided to call him off. But look, at the end of the day, sometimes showing us those little tools that you've got in your belt isn't such a bad thing, and we know now that Will can pitch, he can catch, he can play third base, and he's probably not a bad outfielder either. So hats off to both of you. You both get nomination 2 and 3.
Fantastic work. Now, my vote this week has to go to Jacob for that double play. That was phenomenal. Just such an impressive show of skill and growth as a baseballer. Absolutely no question. My vote goes nominee 1, Jacob, this week for that double play. Ace, where's your vote sitting?
I'm giving it to Will. I like shit stirring, so it was one hell of a throw. I tell you that much. It was one hell of a throw. So good on you, Will. Getting out one of the pod, you cheeky bugger, and hope this is the only vote that you get all season.
Fortunately, Ace, I think you know the bloke that does the nomination, so you might be able to finagle that.
Yeah, give him a little side word, hey? But Ace is accepting brown paper bags, guys, just so everyone knows.
Very good. All right, Ace, let's kick on over now to Around the Grounds for this weekend. Where are we playing, mate?
So we've got a home game against Bomb Beach Blue. So this is the top of the table clash. So it will either put us 1 game clear or 1 game back in second. But it should be an absolute cracking of a game. I can't tell you where the 1s and 2s, they're both away, but I can't tell you where they are on the ladder. But I know they're facing Dingley, and Dingley generally in the past can have some pretty good 1s and 2 sides. So hopefully those boys all get the chocolates as well. But let's go Dolphins.
All right, guys, thank you very much for watching another episode of the Chelsea Rundown. Ace, thank you as always for co-hosting with me, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Just remember, the pod always wins strongest together.
That they do. Everyone, link to the full game in the description of this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Catch you next time.